So here we're at the, we're going to do the investing section, and this is going to involve our long-term asset accounts, which in this problem will be equipment, and then we have the accumulated depreciation that goes with it. And for all of these other accounts, we also have to look at the notes to see if there's anything that we need to know about. So it tells us depreciation, this is the notes now, tell us that depreciation expense for the year was $8,000. So if we were recreating that journal entry in our head, we'd go, oh, depreciation expense debit, accumulated depreciation credit. So we know depreciation expense is on the income statement, so that goes in the operating section. So we're going to go depreciation expense, 8,000, okay, and that would be the debit. And then the accumulated depreciation would get the credit for 8,000. Okay, so that tells us that. It says that there was equipment sold. Let's skip that for just a moment and go right down to additional equipment was purchased for cash, 7,000. I like to do the easy one first. Okay, so equipment was purchased for 7,000. We think about this in our head. We go, equipment, debit 7,000, cash, credit 7,000. So we would go equipment, 7,000, and then on this worksheet, we would say in the investing section, we sold equipment. No, we just purchased equipment. Sorry. Purchased equipment. Next we sell the equipment. Okay, and so that's a credit here. Okay. Now let's go to the equipment that was sold. When we're given equipment that's sold, we know that when we're thinking about that journal entry, we take the equipment off the books, we take the accumulated depreciation that goes with that equipment off the books, and we'll record whatever cash we might have received. And then the difference will be a gain or a loss on the transaction. Usually in these problems, they'll give you 3 out of 4 of those bits of information, and you'll have to figure out the rest. So let's just go over here and recreate the journal entry that must have happened. It says cash was received for equipment sold. So that would be cash, and it was $10,000. It says the original cost of the equipment was $15,000. Okay, so that comes off the books. But now it tells us that the book value was $10,000. Okay, well, we have to kind of do another little step here. We know the cost minus the accumulated depreciation gives us the book value. And so if the cost was $15,000 and the book value is now $10,000, then with our great math skills, we can figure out that the accumulated depreciation must be $5,000. Okay? So we would go accumulated depreciation, $5,000. Oh, and this is nice. Apparently there is no gain or loss on the transaction because the book value is equal to the proceeds that we got. Okay? If there were a gain or a loss, we would put it in, and that would get entered in the operating section. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, and I usually will just go proceeds, so I know that that just goes in the investing section. We're going to say we sold equipment. We're going to post this journal entry pretty much as is. Okay, so we sold equipment. That was a debit. That means we got cash. Okay, so we sold equipment. We get cash. We purchased equipment. We paid out cash. Accumulated depreciation that goes with it goes up here, and then the equipment comes off the books in the equipment section. Okay, so let's see if we have botched anything up here. When we add the beginning balance of 78 plus the 7 minus the 15, we should get 70. When we come down to the accumulated depreciation, we started with 24. Current year would be plus 8. Minus the accumulated depreciation that went with what we just sold should come out to 27. So that's how you kind of double check to make sure that you've done this right. Okay, and so that takes care of the investing section. and I think we'll do the financing section next.